Hi, I'm Lauren from the Pikes Peak Library District, and today I'm going to be showing you how to make a magic duct tape wallet. Now you may be asking yourself, what is a magic duct tape wallet? And it's a wallet that looks like it's teleporting whatever's put inside it. So for example, here's one wallet. If I open it up, you can see we've got this card tucked under one of the straps. If I close and reopen, ta-da, it's teleported. So basically we're going to be learning how to make it, and it's a nice practical wallet for carrying around cards, but it's also kind of a fun party trick to just flip it around and have the card inside move around. So before we get started, there are just a few things that you're going to need. The first is a piece of cardboard. This is just an old box I had laying around your house, but anything will work. A cereal box, recycling, a package that's been shipped to you. A pair of scissors to cut that box. A pen or pencil just to do some tracing. You can also eyeball it if you don't have this on hand. And of course, duct tape. So once you have these things, we're ready to get started. So the first thing that we're going to do is trace two rectangles that are approximately 4.5 by 3 inches. Now, I don't have a ruler on hand, but I do have this Tupperware lid that I happen to know is the right size. If you want to test the size, go ahead and take a card, like a business card or a credit card or something like that, and hold it up against whatever you want to trace, and you just need to make sure that the wallet is about 1/2 inch bigger than that, so that you can be sure it'll fit inside. So once you're ready, what you're going to do is take this lid, or use a ruler if you have one, and you're going to trace two rectangles on your piece of cardboard box. So I'm going to go ahead and do that now. And what you should end up with is just two rectangles traced on here, and we're just going to go ahead and cut them out. I'm going to take my scissors and just cut around this. Alright, so I finished cutting out my rectangles, and now you can see what I have are the two sides of my wallet ready to go. So our next step is just to cover these in duct tape. In order to line these with duct tape, what we're going to do is we're just going to tear off two strips of duct tape that are about 1 inch longer than our cardboard. And we're going to line both sides of our cardboard with two strips of duct tape. And the reason we're doing this is we want the duct tape to stick to itself on both sides, and then we'll cut around it, and that'll give us a nice smooth seam. Here I go. And you don't need to measure anything for this part. Just once you've got a little bit of an overhang here, snip it off. So I've got the front side covered with duct tape now. I'm just going to flip it over and do the back side, and you can see I've let it have this little bit of overhang because I want it to stick to itself. We're just going to go ahead and add the duct tape to the other side now. Alright, I have now lined both sides of my wallet with duct tape, and I'm just going around the edge and pressing it together so that it sticks. And now all I need to do is cut off the edges so that it has that nice smooth shape that we started with. Once you've finished your first cardboard square, just go ahead and do the second one the exact same way, and what you should end up with is two little cardboard squares that are lined on both sides with duct tape. So now you've got the two sides of your wallet ready to go, and all that's left is for us to make the straps and attach them. Okay, the straps that we're going to make are all going to be about 6 inches in length, so we want them basically to be twice as wide as our cardboard cutout is. So what I'm going to do is just measure against my cardboard cutout. That's one length, and that's 2. So I know that's about 6 inches, or about double this width, which is what I needed. Once I have that, I'm going to go ahead and snip it off with the scissors. And then I'm going to fold both of these sticky sides inwards, and my goal is just not to have any sticky part exposed, right? And that's going to leave me with a strap that's just like this. You can see I folded the sticky part over itself, so it's a very narrow strap here, maybe half an inch. And we've made one of these. What we need is to make 4 of these, so we're going to go ahead and make 2 more the exact same way. Now that I have my 4 straps and my 2 sides of my wallet, I'm ready to start attaching these. Now this is kind of the tough part of this, because if you put the straps on wrong, it will still work as a wallet, but it will not be a teleporting wallet. So we're just going to have to be really careful, and I'll try to show you a couple different ways up close how you're going to be attaching these straps. Now, before you get started attaching the straps, just go ahead and prep up all the extra duct tape you're going to need. You're going to need, for these first 2 straps, we're attaching 4 pieces of duct tape. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut off 4 little squares of duct tape. They don't need to be super big, just large enough to cover the straps, which you can see are pretty narrow. So I'm going to go about this size, and I could even go smaller than that. I can trim it down later if I need to. And I'm just going to stick those to the side of the table so that once I've got my straps arranged, I am ready to go. Okay, so now I'm going to show you how to attach the straight straps that go across the wallet. They look like this, and you can see there's a card held in there right now. What we're going to do is hold up our wallet like this so that the 2 sides are right next to each other, and then you're going to go ahead and put your strap in the top half of the wallet, maybe about half an inch from the very top of the cardboard, and you're going to let a little bit hang over on either side. You can see there's a little bit hanging here and a little bit hanging off the edge. And what we're going to do is tuck this part underneath the gap between them, and we're going to tuck this part around the back. And then we're just going to tape those down. So I'm going to take these little bits of tape that I have, and I'm just going to tape this. Alright, I taped down my straps, and now I'm going to bring it real close to the camera so you can see. What I did was I laid this across, right? And then I tucked the strap underneath and I put some tape down. You can see where the pattern is different to hold it in place. And on the other side, I wrapped it around the edge and put some tape down there as well. So if we hold this up, we'll be able to see it's taped together, but it's not held in place yet, right? We need to put our other strap in there and get this really attached. Now we're going to attach our second strap exactly the same way we attached the first one. We're just putting it at the bottom of the wallet instead of the top. So we're going to go ahead and tuck the little overhang between the 2 pieces. And we're also going to wrap a little bit of it around the back. And now you can see when we finish, we'll have these 2 straps right next to each other, and we'll just have to tape down the overhang on the back side here that I'm holding with my thumbs. Right, I have finished attaching my straps, so you're looking at the back of the wallet right here, and you can see they're all taped down, and when I flip it over, we've got 2 straps here that we could tuck a card into. But we haven't put the cross straps that'll be in the final wallet yet, so let's go ahead and add those. Next up is attaching the straps that will crisscross across the inside of the wallet. And this part looks a little complicated, but it's actually pretty easy. You're just going to grab your last 2 little strips of duct tape, and you're going to feed them through the gap in the middle of the wallet. So I'm going to come up real close so you can see that. The first thing you're going to do is feed this strap in between the 2 parts of the wallet and pull it through a little like this. Next, you're going to do the same thing with your other strap, just going slightly above it and pulling through. And now you're going to angle these so you get a nice X shape here, just like this. And once you're happy with how these are lined up, you're going to fold the edges over and tape them down, and you're also going to go ahead and tape down the back side. And you can see one of my straps is a lot longer than the other, so I'm going to trim it down first so that they're even, and I'm just going to tape these in place. Now we've taped down both sides of our wallet. I'm going to bring this up close so you can see what the finished X strap looks like. Here we've got these 2 crisscrossing straps here, which are taped down on the back, and we've got these two straps that are straight across here. Every time we open or close the wallet, it's going to look like it's moving from one side to another. So I can close this, open it up, and it's under the strap now. And if I close this, open it up, and it's under these two straps. Well, thanks for joining us today. Hopefully you had fun making some duct tape wallets. And if you want to see some more crafts or ideas for things to do, check out the other videos in our feed. Have a great day!